I only have 24 hours to go from being broke to becoming a millionaire in FIFA, and this is going to be tough because this is what a 1 million coin team looks like. But that team took me 50 hours to build, and today we have to do the same thing in less than half of the time. So I started off by selecting the Spanish nationality because with the La Liga team of the season and this flashback Carrasco objective, it only made sense. Now unlike previous weeks, as we grinded the objective card, we'd also pick up some La Liga team of the season cards on the way, and if we just had one Saudi League player in our team, we could basically pick up this Gustavo card for free because the Saudi League team of the season was also running, and with nothing better to do after grinding the moment's objectives, I decided to start grinding these cards. Now remember the 50-hour team? As we progress through this challenge, we're going to be tracking our progress by comparing our team against that team at different key moments of the video. So before my first rivals game in that video, this is what that team looked like. And before our first rivals game in this video, this is what our team looks like. And I think it's fair to say that we're lagging behind. But even with a below par team, the objectives grind was still going smoothly, and after scoring a bunch of goals, opening the packs that we got from the objectives, and then upgrading our team with the players who we got, we were now almost done with some of these cards, but we had just hit a significant level. So we had just hit level 5, and I'm going for this pack because we're going for a team from La Liga. Now we do have this pack that I got from completing objectives, so let's open that first. German centre mid, Toni Kroos. That's massive, because he can help us to complete some SPCs throughout this challenge. And now for the big boy, and we get our first team of the season in this challenge, but unfortunately, it's one of the worst ones. So with the photo that we collected this far, I completed the Saudi League team of the season upgrade, and honestly, any player except for the player we just got would be a dub. Let's go, second team of the season player packed on this account. No, this isn't real. And with the coins that I had at this point, I signed Ousmane Dembele and then a right back. And after upgrading our team, it was time for me to take my frustration out on some more Division 10 kids. And boy was my frustration being taken out, but these objectives aren't the only important thing that we need to focus on, because majority of our team's value is going to be coming from the Champions Finals, and we're going to need these points so that we can actually qualify. But after scoring a bunch of goals on this Division 10 kid, we had now acquired our first objective cards. So Gustavo and EC are now complete, and the latter is going to be extremely important because you can't actually progress in Carrasco's objectives until you have this card. But there's something so satisfying about upgrading your team in FIFA, so at this point I decided to send our duplicate Igalo into this Alejandro Romero SPC, and since this guy's from the Saudi League, he can help with chemistry, but he can also be an insane box-to-box midfielder or maybe even a cam for us. And considering that this is the team that we started with, our team is actually not looking too bad, although the value is probably quite low. So I continued to push further in division rivals, and we were getting closer to playing in the qualifiers, but I was also simultaneously grinding out objectives, and in no time, pazjor has now been acquired as a centre back for our team, and we're also one challenge away from completing Carrasco. Now I'm also 3000 XP away from getting to level 10, and at level 10 we get a significant boost once again, and I can get 2 out of the 3000 XP from this challenge, but then the only other doable challenge that we can get XP from is the Silver Stars objective. But there's no way I'm grinding out a Silver Stars objective just to get XP. I then packed Ferland Mendy from an objective pack, and then proceeded to completely and utterly obliterate another player within division rivals. I mean, look at this. At this point, Igalo is way out of my mind, and just like that, Flashback Carrasco is now part of our team, and that card looks insane. But we were still short on XP from getting to level 10, and remember what I said about upgrades feeling satisfying? Yeah, I ended up building a silver team, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually started grinding out the silver objective, and this was frustrating and it was also extremely tough, but eventually we managed to find some success and we completed this objective. So I don't even want to talk about how we got that XP, but we finally at level 10 and we can get this 85 times 10 pack. Now before opening the 85 times 10, we had a bunch of decent packs, like this 84 plus player pack, which ended up giving me an 84 rating card, but these packs gave us a decent amount of fodder that we could use later on in the video. But now, time for the 85 times 10. 85 times 10 pack now, and let's hope that this pack is a game changer. We need it to be. Team of the season, Argentinian right back. Oh, that's actually an insanely good card. I'm so happy with that pull. But little did I know, I was in for way more. Is there anything behind this card? No way, Llorente's in this pack as well. And just like that, we had packed a card that's worth more than 700,000 coins. On top of that, we got both of our fullbacks. We could use Rudiger as a centre back in our team and Courtois as a goalkeeper. Wait, I just realized that I grinded that silver left back for nothing. And after having a pack build half of my team, we were still 200,000 coins short from reaching our goal. But that's not the only goal for this video, because with the 50-hour team in the Champions Finals, I only managed to get rank 5 rewards. And since this video is all about doing better than the last one, if we don't at least get rank 4 rewards, this entire challenge is a fail and I have to delete both accounts. I then favorited an SPC that I want to complete before playing in the Champions Finals, and then removed Igalo from the team, not because I have anything against him or anything, and replaced him with our SPC player, because he needs to be able to defend and attack to play in the position that we need him to play, and this card can do exactly that. I then started grinding points for qualifiers, and playing with this team was fun, except for when I found this guy who quit when the game was tied. Don't be like this guy. But eventually, we now had enough points to play in the qualifiers. Now with the 50-hour team, I only managed 4 wins in the qualifiers, so anything less than that is a complete fail. And the first team in the qualifiers went extremely well. Having Lorente in the team was a blessing. On top of this, Carrasco was on point, and so were all of our other attackers. The Saudi League SPC that we completed was also doing his job better than I expected him to, and the Gustavo card that we grinded was an absolute rock in the midfield, and so were the rest of our defenders because our opponent could not score a single goal against us. And this theme would continue throughout games 2, 3 and 4, and before I knew it, we were 4-0 in the qualifiers, and we tied our previous record with 6 games to go. I then continued to go into game after game, trying to get as many wins as I could, and 5 games later, we were now 9-0 in the qualifiers. But this is what happened in the last game. Oh, this guy's an insane team, it's gonna be a tough game. Wait. There's no way he actually gives me this win? Let's go, we just went 10-0 in the qualifiers. And on top of these insane packs from qualifiers, we also got some packs from completing some objectives, and these were the SPCs that I wanted to be able to complete after opening all of these packs. But then I realized something. Remember that silver team of the season left back that we grinded? Well, I started comparing his card with the team of the season left back that we had in our team. And when it comes to the important stats, he has 1 more pace, 1 less defending and 3 less physical. But the thing that was special about this card was that he offered a perfect link to this insane centre back option. But that isn't all. He also gave Gustavo some chemistry, and I really wanted to get chemistry on this card because he's absolutely insane. Now with these 3 Saudi League players in our team, I saw that if I added the Saudi League team of the season goalkeeper into our team, every single one of them would be on full chemistry. But there was just one problem. In order to actually do this, we still needed to make 10,000 coins from our qualifier rewards, and not only that, the striker position was empty. I then started to open some of the packs that we had, but I ended up packing an 87 rated Andrew Robertson, and this forced my hand. Now we have a duplicate Robertson, and I don't want to waste him, so we have to complete one of these SPCs. Now I'm not sure if we have the fodder to complete the icon pack, and this 81x11 La Liga pack is extremely enticing. The price is extremely low and will most likely pack all of the fodder back that we submit into this SPC, so this is the one that I'm going to opt for. We could now open even more packs, and we ended up packing some fodder from these packs. The 100k pack was absolutely awful, and 84 rated was my best card. However, we still made some coins off of that pack, and we now had an 81x11 to open. 81x11, are we going to get yet another insane card from this pack? No, it seems like it's just a board. Yeah, it's just an 85 rated card, but this means we'll still get all of our fodder back that we submitted into the pack. I then sold off all of the tradable players, and then I made the upgrades that I showed you guys earlier, but the striker position was still empty, so I decided to craft a bunch more packs, and it was time to test my luck. So we have a bunch of 2 rare gold player packs to open, let's see what we get. But it seems like my luck had ran out, or had it. With all of the players that we now had, I decided to craft 2 more packs, and these packs were 8 La Liga player packs. So if we somehow manage to pack a team of the season from these packs, it's guaranteed to be from the La Liga. So can we pack a team of the season in only our second pack?
Hello?
Team of the season! And this is guaranteed to be La Liga? It's the same right back that we have, but this is still incredible, because this now meant that we could switch this one with the one that we had in our team and then use this one in an expensive SPC such as the icon pack. So this is exactly what we did, and I could even save this Alejandro Romero card, which means the worst case scenario, we don't pack a good striker from this pack, and we can just use him in that position because we have found success with him previously. Guaranteed 90 plus prime icon pack, and this is very likely our final opportunity at getting an upgrade before the Champions Finals. It is a walkout. It's Nedved. Now his card is okay, but he can't actually play at the striker position, so he's of no use to us. I then tried to find any cards that were better than Alejandro Romero within our budget, and even though there were some okay cards, unfortunately none of them would do the job as good as he could, because not only could he attack, but he could also defend fairly well. So it seems like this is going to be the final team before the Champions Finals. But don't worry, at this point I realized that I could actually afford to upgrade Ousmane Dembele to his inform card, so this is our final team before the Champions Finals. And now it's time to compare. In the 50-hour team, this was the team that we had before participating in the Champions Finals. However, this time around, this is the team that we have. And I think it's clear that we're more than just on par with this challenge. Now remember, if we get anything less than 14 wins, this challenge is a fail. And if we do manage to get rank 4 rewards, which is 14 wins, we get this guaranteed La Liga Team of the Season 3 players pack. And that should definitely help us catapult our value to over 1 million and complete this challenge. And we were off to a good start. EC finds Dembele, and that inform upgrade was definitely worth it. Dembele finds Romero, who finds Carrasco. That is composure. And shortly after we score a 3rd goal, and this was enough to cause our opponent to forfeit. The second game in the Champions Finals went exactly like this, but it was in the 3rd game where we ran into our first problem. 3rd game now, and how am I finding a team like that? in only my third game. And this game was extremely tough, and it was clear that he was an extremely experienced player. I mean, look at everything we had to do just to get ourselves on the score sheet. And then straight after scoring this goal... Wait, surely Mbappe's offside here. Is Mbappe onside? He is that goal standing. But I continued to try extremely hard to get back into this game. But unfortunately my opponent just had more experience than me and a better team. And unfortunately, we ended up losing this game. But it was okay because I learned a massive lesson. So after 3 games, we already have 1 loss. But it's fine. This just means that in the games that we can win, we have to make sure we win. So that if we come against experienced players like this, we can afford to drop a game. And this new mentality was exactly what I needed to adopt. Because in our 4th game, we'd go down by a goal early on. However, we'd reply extremely strongly. And our opponent would end up forfeiting, which resulted in us getting a win. And this is how the 5th game went. You see? This card is extremely good for an objective. Dembele, oh, and the teamwork is lovely. But then, there's no way he scores. There's no way he scores a goal that easily. But I knew that I was better than this opponent, so I had to try my best not to become frustrated and just grind out this win that I know that I deserve. Hassan off the corner, and he scores. That's a lovely header from our new team of the season centre back. But in almost no time, our lead evaporated. And this game was a true test of our resilience. Okay, Dembele's in a decent position. We just need to find a way of working this ball in. Yes, lovely goal. And we're back into the lead. And according to the stats, this is the way that this game should be. You see, finds Dembele. Lovely skill from Dembele, and we're up by another goal. And it seems like every single time we get a corner, Hassan, and another goal from a corner. And this guy's paused the game. I think he's had enough. And just like that, after our first 5 games, we had won 4 and only lost 1. And in the game straight after this, we had found the exact same opponent that we just smashed 5-2. And it's probably due to the fact that I was so excited because I felt like I had a free win, that I actually allowed this guy to give me a tight game in the beginning. But after calming myself down, I managed to find my rhythm, and this game ended with the exact same scoreline as the last one. Game 7 now. No way, it's the exact same opponent that I just beat 2 times in a row. And Carrasco made sure that it was 3 times in a row. I then instantly searched again with the goal of trying to find the same opponent, and then I did instantly find a game, but my opponent left the match and did not accept it, and I think that was him. But then I found another game, and this was our opponent's team, so it seems like we could still farm some wins. And farming a win is exactly what I did, and it only took 2 goals to cause this opponent to forfeit. The next 3 games went incredibly well, and we were beating some insane teams such as this one. And after winning all of these games, our record was now 10-1. And this meant that if we won 1 more game, we would guarantee the same rewards that we got with the 50-hour team. And it seems like achieving this and having this record caused me to get too excited, and I started to choke. Because even though we went up 1-0 in this game, we would proceed to actually lose this game 3-2. And I realized that it was up to me to stay calm and just keep on playing our game. So that's exactly what I did, and it worked in the beginning. Because after going 1-0 up in this game, I conceded 3 goals straight. But in order for me to prove that I've learnt my lesson, I needed to come back in this game. Come on, EC, before the halftime break. No, off the post. And this was one of those games that I should win, but not taking my chances and making silly mistakes has caused me to be in the position that I'm in. And at this point, I started to feel like I was being robbed. Okay, Romero, can we work it in? Carrasco finds Dembele, who scores into an open net. We still have 30 minutes to get another goal. Carrasco, once again, can we score here? Yes, he does score. But after scoring our 3rd goal, it seems like I became complacent. And until the 90th minute in this game, not much action had occurred. However, in the 91st minute, both players would be provided with 1 more chance. This was his. And this was mine. Dembele in the 91st minute finds EC, and the composure to find Carrasco as well, and in the 91st minute we win the game. We had now achieved the same rank as the 50-hour team, but we had 7 games in which we only had to win 3. And it was important that we won the games that we should, because when we find teams like this, we need to be okay with taking an L. But I wasn't just going to give this guy the dub, because a good team doesn't always mean a good player. However, this was an extremely good player, but I fancied my chances against him. Dembele with the header. Romero? Yes! That's a scuffed goal, but we'll take that. Oh no, Cruyff has the ball. We've got to get this one off of him. And our goalkeeper's got to be doing better from there. And conceding this goal deflated me. However, I wasn't just going to give up. Easy? Yes! Good goal! And we're back into the lead. However, shortly after, this happened. And at this point I realized that if we're going to win this game, we had to dig deep. And this realization was enforced by the fact that this game ended up going to extra time and possibly penalties. But in extra time, Gustavo finds Carrasco, who scores. We're back in the lead. My opponent then started fiddling around with the ball at the back and eventually cleared the ball out and then paused the game, and he actually ended up forfeiting, and winning this game gave me a boost in confidence. The very next game that I found would be the exact same opponent that we just beat. However, in this game he did his best to win the ball back, and after winning the ball back left the game while it was still tied up. But I didn't mind because he is an extremely good player. And our 15th game was a prime example of a game that we needed to make sure we won. Because I knew that I could score goals against this opponent, but silly mistakes in the back caused us to concede over and over again. And before I knew it, we were down 4-2. Gustavo finds Llorente. Isi? No, okay, ball falls out to Dembele, who finds Llorente. Yes, one more goal to go. Having this card is a privilege. Isi win that? Yes, and no one's catching up to this guy. Can he find Carrasco? He does. Lovely goal. And now that we were back into this game, I needed to make sure that I stopped making those silly mistakes. Come on, Silva lift back. Good win. This guy's been way better than I expected. And after this, we became a lot more composed in the defense and a lot more clinical in the attack. And this allowed us to get the lead in this game once again. At this point, I knew that the next goal would most likely be the knockout blow. And Carrasco delivered just that, because after scoring our 6th goal, our opponent forfeited, and this meant that if we just won one more game, we would achieve our goal. But with our time coming to an end, I started to rush the games. And when playing against opponents of the level that we were, this is the last thing that you should do. And after conceding 3 goals in this game, I knew that it would just be a waste of time for me to stay. And that means this is going to be another L. But the next game would be no different. I found another player who was extremely skilled within the game, and after going down by 3 goals in the fashion that I did, I knew that it was unlikely that we'd come back in this game, so to avoid wasting any more time, I just left the game. And this meant that we now only had 3 games, in which we only still had to win 1, but things were getting scary. No way, I just found the exact same guy that destroyed me. He's trying to tackle me. Wait, he's moving his goalkeeper out of the way. Is he going to give me the free win? He did, but in the beginning it seemed like he actually wanted to just clear the ball out. But we'll take that. And just like that, we'd gotten 14 wins and we achieved our goal. And we still had 2 games left, so I went into another game because if we won the next 2 in a row, we'd get an even higher tier of rewards. However, I proceeded to lose this game, and then after losing this game, since we were in a position where even if I won the last game, my rewards wouldn't improve, I gave our last game away as a win for another opponent. And I was actually in a good mood because we'd achieved one of our goals, which was getting more wins than we did the last time out. However, we still weren't safe, because we now needed to get at least 200,000 coins worth of players from our Champions Finals rewards. And the regular player picks were okay. We ended up getting a Team of the Season card, but it was of no real value, and now it's time to open the La Liga Team of the Season player picks. First, La Liga Team of the Season player pick, come on, give me someone like Modric. Now we already have the right back, so we can choose between the left back and the centre mid, and since I used the left back in an SPC, I think we're taking the left back here, because we could possibly revamp our defense when improving our team. Next player pick, Fekir, ter Stegen, and then the midfielder again. Now I believe ter Stegen is the most valuable one right here, and since I just picked the left back and we can revamp our defense, I'm gonna go with ter Stegen in this one. And as you can see, the player picks were not bad, but they weren't great either. These packs needed to be big, and the first one just wasn't. However, we now have a pack that guarantees 3 La Liga Team of the Season players. 3 La Liga Team of the Season players. Please show me someone like Vinicius, or let me see the Croatian flag.
Hello
there. It is Croatian. It's Modric as well. We just packed the 97 rated Modric. And since he was worth more than 500,000 coins, this meant that we just completed our challenge. And since we also had this insane Merino card in the pack as well, I decided to completely revamp our team into a La Liga team. I sold the Saudi League players that we had in our team, and then I added ter Stegen and the left back that we got from our player picks. I then completely revamped our midfield by including Modric and Mikel Merino in it, and then splashed 75,000 coins on a 90 rated Butragueño card, and then the remainder of our coins on a Team of the Season centre back from La Liga. And this is just what the bench looks like. And after starting from this team, our team now looks like this. And when comparing this to the team that we ended with in the 50-hour team, I think it's clear that this team is way better and this challenge is complete. Now if you guys enjoyed this video, you'll enjoy one of these ones. So go ahead and click on any of those videos to watch it.